If you take leaves from nature and put them in the aquarium, this can lead to the death of all the fish. This is just an example. But sometimes wanting your aquarium to be as natural as possible, and sometimes being influenced by some controversial characters, you are encouraged to do some things you wouldn't normally do. There are many mistakes you can make. But let me show you which are the most fashionable mistakes and which are the mistakes that have been made for a very long time. When talking about leaves taken from nature, which are added to the aquarium, it is believed that these have only positive effects on the ecosystem. However, often the negative effects that introducing leaves taken from nature into the aquarium can have are completely ignored. A natural question would be, in the aquarium, there are already plants that have leaves. When we choose plants for the aquarium, we study a lot before we decide on which plant we will choose. So why take randomly picked leaves from nature and put them in the aquarium? What do the leaves of the plants that are already in our aquarium not have? And do they have other leaves taken from nature? To find out the answer to this question, I did a more detailed research, after which I found the most used leaves in aquariums and their properties. I noticed that all the leaves used in aquariums are dried leaves. So freshly torn leaves from some plants or trees are not introduced into the aquarium. I believe that there is a great lack of information here, because I am convinced that there are many leaves that we could use from the plants used in aquariums. Of course, depending on the purpose, these leaves should be used after drying, and the beneficial effect they have is different for each aquatic plant from which the leaf was taken. Leaves can be purchased from various stores, or you can pick them yourself from nature. In both cases, these leaves can be infested with pathogens and parasites. Leaves collected from nature may harbor pathogens and parasites, such as protozoa, worms, or bacteria, which can infect fish and other aquatic organisms. For me, the worst thing would be to see fish or shrimp in the aquarium eaten alive by a parasite. Horrible. In the event that such an infestation occurs in the aquarium, you will have to reset the aquarium and throw away anything in the aquarium that cannot be washed with a strong disinfectant. But these can also be transmitted to humans. Common infectious diseases caused by protozoans include malaria, giardia, toxoplasmosis. If you haven't heard of these, you should know that they are very dangerous to humans, and your aquarium can become a reservoir of pathogens and parasites that are very dangerous to humans. You may be thinking that something like this could never happen to you, but it happened to others. You should know that leaves taken from nature may have some predators or their eggs on them, which will hatch the moment they are brought from outside into the house where the temperature is higher.
Oh no, not again.
If you use leaves taken from nature, you should know that there are some leaves that are toxic. They contain some toxic compounds that can harm your fish. As leaves decompose, they can release organic matter into the water, which can lead to increased ammonia and nitrate levels if not managed properly. Some leaves, like oak and beech, can lower the pH of the water due to the tannins they release. This can be beneficial for fish that prefer acidic conditions, but can be harmful if the pH drops too low, leading to a pH crash. The conclusion is that you can use leaves taken from nature in your aquarium, but you are the only one who can weigh the benefits and risks of using leaves. Before talking about the next mistake you can make in your self-sustaining aquarium, press the like button. You don't even know how much it helps me. If you leave me a comment, I promise I will answer any question you have. Thank you. Another mistake you can make with a self-sustaining aquarium is related to plant selection. Not choosing the right plants that can thrive in a self-sustaining environment, such as plants that require minimal maintenance, can lead to poor water quality and an imbalance in the ecosystem. Another element related to plants that should not be neglected is plant-to-water ratio. Ensure you have enough plants to absorb the nitrates produced by fish waste and other organic matter. A high plant density is necessary to keep the nitrate levels low, which is critical for fish health. High plant density is especially beneficial if you are not using a filter, and the plants take on the role of a filter. Another big mistake is inadequate lighting. Finding the perfect lighting formula for aquarium lighting seems to me the biggest challenge. Even though this ecosystem is about 1.5 years old, I'm still adjusting the light settings. I don't even know if I found the right lighting formula for this ecosystem, or if I just changed the light settings based on the changes and evolution of the ecosystem. Inadequate lighting in an aquarium can lead to several issues for both fish and plants. For fish, insufficient lighting can cause stress, poor coloration, and weakened immune systems. For plants, inadequate lighting can hinder photosynthesis, causing them to suffer and potentially leading to algae overgrowth due to the imbalance in resources. Aquarium plants require adequate lighting for photosynthesis, and different plants have varying light requirements. It's crucial to research the specific needs of your aquarium plants and provide the right amount of light. But one of the biggest mistakes seems to me to be the choice of livestock. This is where a lot of people make mistakes. This is a big trap. It is difficult to choose fish their number, size, compatibility with other species, and if they are suitable for a self-sustaining ecosystem, possibly one without water movement like this one. Then you will have to choose some snails and some shrimps, which, although small, will be the team that keeps the ecosystem clean. But suddenly, you wake up with some invasive species in the aquarium, and all your calculations are turned upside down. Sometimes some species become invasive. Here again, there is a potential for destabilization of the ecosystem. But many do not talk and ignore the livestock that is not seen, starting from beneficial bacteria to various invertebrates that live in the aquarium substrate. There are many organisms in the aquarium in a state of hibernation. They become active unexpectedly when some parameters of the ecosystem change. We don't need to understand everything that happens in an ecosystem like this. But it's good to expect that some unforeseen things will arise at any time. As happens in our daily lives,